When you write, you use lowercase letters and capital letters, right? Well, knowing when to use capital letters is important. There are rules to follow. Why, if there weren't rules to follow for capitalizing letters, your sentences could end up looking like this. Yikes! That's hard to read. Think about it like this. Writing without rules would be like playing football without rules. The game would always be different depending on who was playing. Without rules, anything would be okay. So, having rules to follow actually makes reading and writing easier. Learning when to capitalize letters is what we'll talk about today on Great Grammar. Hi, I'm Chris. There are actually many different rules for when to capitalize and when not to capitalize. Let's start with the most basic ones. Rule number 1. Capitalize the first letter of a sentence. For example, in the preamble to our Constitution, "We the people," the word "we" is capitalized. Now for rule number 2. Capitalize the pronoun I. For example, in the sentence, "I love to skateboard," the pronoun I is always capitalized. And rule number 3. Capitalize proper nouns in words derived from proper nouns. Remember, proper nouns are names of specific persons, places, and things. So, besides the obvious words to capitalize, like names of people and states, capitalize the names of religions like Catholicism, nationalities like Italian, historical events like World War II, and organizations like the Bureau of Engraving and Printing. Okay, it's time to practice. Imagine that you have been hired to edit the text or copy that will appear on the CD insert for a soon-to-be famous rock and roll band called Capital Justice. You are in charge of correcting capitalization on biographies submitted by the band members. Let's get to work on band member Joe's bio and apply what we've learned so far.
Hi, my name is Joe. I play bass in the band. Playing rock and roll was a great pastime where I grew up in Cuyahoga Falls, Ohio. There were lots of cold, snowy nights when we just jammed in the basement. I think we may have driven our neighbors crazy.
Brr, no wonder they were inside playing. Well, Joe may be an awesome bass player, but let's help with the capitalization in her biography. The first 2 sentences are fine, but the third sentence has some errors. Can you spot them? The word playing needs to be capitalized because it's the first word of a sentence. I needs to be capitalized because the pronoun I is always capitalized. And Cuyahoga Falls is the name of a city in Ohio. It's a proper noun and it needs to be capitalized. Here's how it should look. And now for the last sentence. It looks perfect. Let's see how the corrected bio looks on the CD insert. Looks good. Keep the bass pounding, Joe.